Welcome to the Restaurant Daily Dish, the podcast from copycat.com where we unlock secrets behind your favorite restaurant foods. I'm your host, Stephanie Manley, and today we are diving into one of Taco Bell's most versatile and crave-worthy condiments. It's their Creamy Chipotle Sauce. Today's March 18th, and I want to share with you one of my favorite sauces at the Taco Bell. Have you ever ordered something at Taco Bell and thought, wow, what makes this taste so good? More often than not, it's one of their signature sauces that transforms those simple ingredients into something truly special. And their Creamy Chipotle Sauce might just be the crown jewel of the sauce lineup. Now, today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to recreate the sauce at home, why it works so well with so many different foods, and some creative ways to use it beyond just tacos and burritos. By the end of this episode, you're going to be ready to elevate your home cooking with this smoky, creamy flavor bomb. So what exactly makes the Taco Bell Chipotle sauce so different from other Chipotle sauces on the market? Most Chipotle sauces lean heavily into the heat and the smokiness of the Chipotle peppers, which are simply jalapenos that have been dried and smoked. But the Taco Bell version takes a different approach. The magic of Taco Bell's sauce is in its creaminess, and while it delivers that distinctive smoky Chipotle flavor and a touch of lime tang, it's significantly mellower than most Chipotle sauces you'll find. The addition of mayonnaise and sour cream creates a rich, smooth base that rounds out the sharper notes of the peppers. The result is a complex, balanced sauce that adds depth to foods without overwhelming them. And here's something that might surprise you. Despite containing Chipotle peppers, this sauce isn't particularly spicy. There is a gentle warmth. Sure, it's mild enough that even those who typically avoid spicy foods can enjoy it, but that makes it perfect for family meals where you might have varying levels of heat tolerances around the table. Now let's talk the ingredients. The beauty of the sauce is it requires just a handful of everyday items that you might already have in your pantry and refrigerator. You'll need sour cream, which provides tanginess and body, mayonnaise, which adds richness and helps create that smooth, creamy texture. I recommend Duke's brand if you can find it, as it has a bit more tang than many other commercial mayonnaises. Now, the star of the show is Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. These come in small cans, sold in the Mexican section of most grocery stores. These peppers themselves provide the smoky flavor, while the adobo sauce that they're packed in adds the depth and the complexity. You're also going to need some basic seasonings like salt, freshly ground black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and finally, fresh lime juice. I really want to emphasize the word fresh here. While bottled lime juice may seem convenient, the bright, zesty flavor of freshly squeezed lime juice makes a noticeable difference in the final sauce. Now let's get into exactly how you'll make the sauce. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on how simple it is. First, gather all your ingredients. Now, if you want to read along with the recipe, click on the show notes and a link will take you right to the recipe. Now, let's get into exactly how you make the sauce. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised on how simple it is. First, gather all your ingredients and a blender or food processor. This is truly a dump and blend recipe. No cooking is required. Add your sour cream and mayonnaise to the blender. Add 1 or 2 of the Chipotle peppers from the can, along with about a teaspoon of the adobo sauce that they're packed in. If you're sensitive to heat, start with just 1 pepper. You can always add more later if you want to kick up the spice level. Next, add your seasonings, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and onion powder and garlic powder. Finally, squeeze in the juice from half a lime. Now pulse the blender a few times to start combining the ingredients, then puree until the sauce is completely smooth. The whole process takes less than a minute. Transfer your sauce to an airtight container, and while you can use it immediately, I strongly recommend letting it rest in the refrigerator for at least an hour or 2. This resting time allows for the flavors to meld together and develop into something truly special. Now that you've made this delicious sauce, what should you do with it? The better question might be, what shouldn't you do with it? This sauce is incredibly versatile. The obvious applications are Mexican-inspired dishes like tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and nachos. Now, Taco Bell serves this on the chicken quesadilla and the potato soft taco. Both you can find on my website, and I'll add the link to both of those recipes in the show notes. But you know what? Don't stop there. This sauce makes an incredible dip for French fries, sweet potato fries, or tortilla chips. It's a fantastic spread for burgers and sandwiches, replacing plain mayo with something far more interesting. You can drizzle it over roasted vegetables or use it as a salad dressing. One of my personal favorite uses is at breakfast. A spoonful of the sauce on scrambled eggs brings out a southwestern flair to your morning that's absolutely delightful. Or you can try it on a breakfast burrito for a flavor boost that'll waken up those taste buds. And here's another idea that may surprise you. It makes a marinade for chicken. Just coat some on the chicken breast or thighs in the sauce and let them sit for a few hours before grilling. The result is a tender, flavorful chicken with a subtle smokiness. Okay, so let's talk about a few pro tips and facts for this recipe. First, how spicy should you make it? If you're concerned about the heat, start with just one chipotle pepper and a small amount of the adobo sauce. You can always add more. Now, what if you have leftover chipotle peppers from the can? You're going to have leftover chipotle peppers from the can. These peppers come in cans that contain more than what you're going to need for this recipe. You can freeze the extras. You can just puree them and freeze them in an ice cube tray. Then you can transfer the frozen cubes to a freezer bag. This way you have perfectly portioned chipotle peppers ready whenever you need them. I'll tell you what I do with some of them sometimes. I will boil up some sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, and I'll stick a little bit of these chipotle peppers in there. It is simply delicious. Now I know you're going to think, how long does the sauce last? This sauce will keep up to a week. Just give it a good stir before using it. It might separate slightly during storage. Now, before we wrap up today's episode, I want to share a quick story about the power of homemade sauces. A few years ago, I hosted a taco night for friends, and I put out all the usual toppings: cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, the works. But it wasn't until I started making my own sauces, including this chipotle sauce, that people really started raving about my taco nights. Now, there is something about a homemade sauce that elevates even the simplest meal. It shows that you put in that extra effort and that you care about the flavors. There is something about a homemade sauce that elevates even the simplest meal. It shows that you've put in that extra bit of effort and then you care about the layers of flavor. And the best part, it takes almost no time to make, but it delivers a huge impact. So recap, this is a great versatile sauce. It's a mildly spiced condiment that combines the smokiness of chipotle peppers and the richness of sour cream and mayonnaise. It's super easy to make and it's perfect on Mexican dishes, of course, but don't be afraid to think outside of the taco shell. Why not trade on burgers, eggs, roasted vegetables, or as a dip for just about anything? Now, the complete recipe with exact measurements and photos are on our website at copycat.com. Why not check out other Taco Bell recipes like the chicken quesadilla, the Mexican pizza, or even the fiesta potatoes? This has been the Restaurant Daily Dish from copycat.com. I'm your host, Stephanie Manley, the creator of copycat.com, and look in the show notes for links to the recipe. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast. And if you try the recipe, we'd love to hear how it turned out. Share your creations on social media and tag us at Copycat Recipes.